Welcome to another video on data to decisions. In today's video, we'll be continuing the series of videos we are doing about column charts, where we've been building all these charts one by one. And we're going to be building a specific chart where we can compare the actual versus target variance by a column chart in Microsoft Excel. We're going to be building this step by step in Microsoft Excel, where we will be taking a very simple example, departments, actual versus target, and we'll calculate the variance and create a chart like this, which will automatically color the variances which are positive and variances which are negative in different colors. Automatically, when your data changes, you don't have to come back and update anything. It'll automatically change. So let's get started with today's video. So let's start with raw data as usual. So we have the departments, we have the actual and the target. In your case, again, the dimension could be different. What you're measuring could be completely different, but I'm just using this as an example. And this should apply for any similar data sets. Now, what I will do first is I am going to select this, press Control T to make it into a table. And because we already have the headers, I'm going to say, OK, now it puts it into a table. I'm going to now create variance as a new column immediately to the right of the table. And you saw that Excel will automatically expand the table to include the new column. And in this case, I'm just going to do a very simple formula equals actual minus target. And now you see that there is a negative value here. There's only one negative value and everything else is positive. And let's say, for example, we increase this target to be 28. And now you'll see another negative value. So maybe let's make 29. Okay, so now we have the variance column calculated. And now we can clearly see there are positive and negative variances. Now let's move to the next step where I'm going to select the department column and the variance. So you can select multiple columns. For example, I'm selecting department using my mouse, and then I'm going to press Control key and then select the variance values. So now that I have two selected, I can go to Insert and I can go to the 2D column chart, clustered column, which is the first one. Now automatically Excel creates this chart and it puts the columns in there. Now I'm going to right click on any of these columns, format data series, and I will go here to the fill color. I'm going to click on solid fill, but we have to make sure we check the box invert if negative. Immediately, as soon as you see it, you can see that the color changed for the negative variances data points. And so here, Excel allows us to choose the colors. For example, if I want the green for the positive, and if I want a variation of red. Um, Again, in your case, I think you can always change the theme of your Excel file that we are working with. In my theme here, I'm going to click on the column and I can change the colors. So now you see that you get different colors. So based on the theme you have, your color choices will be different, but you can choose one of these colors to be your positive variances, and then the other one will be your negative variances. And the next thing we want to do is to add the data labels. So you can go here to plus and then click on data labels, and this adds the labels there. Nice. The next thing we will want to do, you notice that the values can be negative. So the y-axis goes from -6 to +12, and Excel automatically creates this range based on what it finds in the data set. So we don't have to change anything on that here. However, for me, the fact that this x-axis label, HR, actually overlaps with the column, the finance overlaps with the column. If I can avoid it, I think it might look better. So what I'm going to do is to click on the x-axis and go to the axis options, go to labels, and you see an option there. Do you want the labels to be next to the axis or high or low? In this case, I'm going to go low. Immediately, our x-axis labels will go to the bottom of the chart without interfering with the columns themselves. So now that we are done with it, I think the chart gives us the visual we want. We just need to do the standard formatting that we do for all the charts. So right click on grid lines, format grid lines, go here, make it less prominent. And then the next thing we want to do is to make sure our labels the chart title. So this is variance actual minus target by department. I'm going to click on it. A little bit of formatting. You can change the background fill, the color. Great. Then usually we will add the x-axis title and the y-axis title. In this example, I don't think we need to have the x-axis title to say department because it's very clear what it is. Similarly, the y-axis, if in case you want the y-axis, let's do this. We can add department here, but since it's obvious, I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to click on it and delete it. We don't need the x-axis title. But the y-axis title, I'm going to say whatever the metric variance actual minus target. Again, this is one of those where I could avoid the title if possible, avoid the y-axis title if possible. But I want to show this because in your context, if you want to inform the user more about that specific, what is the goal being set on? Is it a performance-based goal? Is it hiring-based goal? Whatever it may be, if you want to provide a little bit more context, and if you don't want to do it in the title, you can do it on the y-axis title. So that completes the axis titles. Now, to wrap it up, we can click on the chart. We can go and create a border. So I'll do a solid line border, a little bit dark gray, rounded corners. So there you have it. So we can now have the variances shown um, positive and negative in a column chart where the colors will automatically change whether it's positive or negative. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. If you have suggestions on how to make this better, please put them in the comments section. Look forward to hearing from you and thank you so much for watching.